Hello students, and welcome to the next lesson in our AS Human Geography course. Today we're going to be looking at acid rain. What is acid rain? Acid rain is rainfall of an acidic level which is caused by atmospheric pollution. It's made of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide. These two gases are released in the atmosphere when we burn certain fuels such as coal. They're put into the atmosphere as waste products, and when they're in the atmosphere they can react with hydrogen and oxygen to form an acidic compound. This can condense into a cloud, and this cloud is going to, of course, rain acidic rain when it does so. So what are the impacts of acidic rain? When the acid compound condenses and the cloud rains, it can break down many substances, including buildings and trees made of pine. As we can see from this, the acid rain forms when the gases which are coming out of this factory, which are nitrogen oxide for example, are going to react with the H2O, and this is then going to be able to kill animals in the lake and also be able to destroy some of the trees that are made of pine as well as buildings. One of the social impacts of acid rain is that it can harm people's health. For example, people with asthma are going to have difficulty breathing when it rains acid rain. It can also destroy trees and habitats, which is going to harm biodiversity. And it can also destroy buildings. These buildings have damage to them which is quite limited. It's not as drastic as shown in that illustration. That was only just to show you what it can do, but it can actually destroy them, which will need restoration. It does cost a lot to restore these buildings if they are harmed in key areas, and as a result that is an economic impact. Also, tensions can arise between countries. The UK's pollution is taken into Norway due to the wind pushing it there, and that forms acid rain, which then begins to erode Norway's buildings and destroys their habitats. As a result, there are political tensions between Norway and UK because Norway want the UK to use less fossil fuels because it keeps destroying their crops and also their buildings. It can also lead to famine if the crops die out, which is a social impact because then it will harm all of the people that are getting hungry and won't be able to satisfy their need. We can use pollution permits to limit pollution levels. This then is basically a limit we give to producers and tell them they can't pollute more than this amount. As a result, the levels of pollution are limited and there's not going to be as much acid rain, as sulfur dioxide is not going to be reacting with H2O in the atmosphere. Also, we can use alternative energy resources, such as renewable energy resources like hydroelectric power. No waste gas is produced when we use these. We can also wash the coal before use, and this will decrease the levels of sulfur dioxide given off when the coal is burned. We can also undergo a process called liming. By adding lime water to the water, the acid will be neutralized, and as a result it won't harm all the animals that live in the lakes. We can use scrubbers in a factory, which when burning the coal will remove sulfur dioxide from the waste gas, and as a result the sulfur dioxide will not react with H2O in the atmosphere. Here's some questions on the impacts of acid rain and acid rain itself. Have a go at answering these on another sheet of paper by pausing the video and hit play for whenever you're ready to see the answers. Here are the answers. If you got these right, congratulations. I'd advise you to move on to the next video, which will be on climate change. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.